What is your take on MST, military sexual trauma?
So,
And did you see it? Did you,
I did see it a couple times, and my big takeaway from it is it's completely brushed under the rug. You know, a lot of times, I won't say every single time.
No, I agree.
You know, but a lot of times, especially if it's involving senior leadership, and then you have, and obviously, 90% of the time it's a senior male, and with the females coming in, grooming is a big thing. The whole, grooming younger females and whatnot. You see that all the time in media now.
Yeah.
This big grooming thing that's going on.
But it happens in the military.
It happens in the military because they're looking for guidance, and so the person that you go to for guidance is obviously senior leadership, and then they take them under their wing, groom them, but then you do see, you hear stories, oh, did you hear about so and so got with so and so, and you're like, oh, okay, well, whatever. But then you can see the detriment and the repercussions that it has on the female. They start to become, like a recluse, like secluded and everything, and then everything starts to fall and dwindle within their career. And I saw that with a couple, and it didn't actually come out and say, yep, this happened, this happened, this happened, and a slap on the wrist, but everybody knew.
Yeah.
Everybody, you would just hear stories, be like, what happened? So-and-so has told me this about this, and then next thing you know, that person was gone.
Yeah, they just disappear.
They were gone. They were reassigned.
Usually the female, right?
Yes, it was. These couple times it was a female, reassigned someplace else, gone. And then senior leadership continues on with whatever they're doing, promotions, whatever. It just carries on. So that's to my extent of the knowledge of that. As far as my daughter, she actually came to me when the Harvey Weinstein stuff was going on in Hollywood, and then the stuff with Nickelodeon, the guy who used to run Nickelodeon and everything. So I sat down and had to tell her, look, there's a lot of, I had to tell her what the aspect of grooming, what grooming meant and all this stuff. And so, she's 18, but still, she's still a kid. She doesn't understand, everything. Even though they think they know everything at 18. Like we all did. We knew everything at 18.
Hell no, I used to get my ass beat. Are you kidding me?
So, I had to sit her down and let her know, there's still things out in the world. There's grooming effects going on, and you've got to, protect yourself.
Yeah.
You can't just trust everyone and everything at any given time, regardless of how nice they may be, regardless of what's going on. Oh, let me take your hand, come under my wing, let me help you out type stuff.
Like, because people have ulterior motives. So, do you remember we had this SEL? He worked in health and wellness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was mad fucking with me.
Yeah.
Like, it was so annoying. And it was so stressful because he would always have me, like, go into his office and sit down. And I was like, okay, like, what is this? And I started kind of catching on, like, what the fuck is this? And because he would just legit have me sit there, like, on his couch. And then he would do whatever he needed to do. And I'm like...
Just to come in to sit on the couch, just for some eye candy.
Bro, you knew how I looked. I mean, I'm full makeup right now.
I was saying, like, that's probably what he had you in there for.
Oh, bro. But eye candy?
Come on.
Like, I used to wear my uniform. I never wore makeup that much. I never y'all either saw me in uniform or PT gear.
Yeah.
How many times did you really see me? Anyways, this fucking eye candy bullshit, whatever. So you would have me sit there, right? So then I started catching on. I was like, the fuck? So then I said to my best friend at the time, we were in, she's still my best friend, but I said, hey, can you come with me? Like, whenever, because he would message me, like, email me, like, hey, I need you in my office for whatever. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, Mm-hmm. So I would go, and then, like, it was uncomfortable, but because I had a reputation, and I knew at that time I'd been helping a lot of other women that had been harassed and shit like that.
Right.
And I had some working for me, you know. And you have to pick, you know, as a girl, you have to pick either you're gonna be a slut or you're gonna be a fucking bitch, you know. So I had this demeanor about me, you know. I had a demeanor. I was goofy or whatever, but I had this demeanor too of like, don't fuck with me. And he knew I wasn't gonna say anything because I wasn't about to ruin my career over something dumb that I thought at the time, right? I thought it was dumb. So I started bringing my best friend over whenever he would email me, and then he'd be like, he wouldn't make me sit down or wait. He would say whatever I needed to say. And I'm like, okay. And then I said, hey, why, like, we had a conversation, and he's like, you know why you're here? And I said, no. He's like, because I wanted to spend more time with you. And I was like, so I'm not here because I'm a hard worker? Like, I'm not here because, like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
It was crazy. So that shit fucked with me because then I started second guessing myself. I'm like, damn, I'm not a, like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like, so then, like, I remember he sent me, like, pictures and stuff, and I was like, hey, you got a lot. I was married at the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I said, hey, you got a lot to lose, man. You got a star on you, okay? And your wife is pregnant and married, like, you got a lot to lose, okay? I was like, you know I'm not gonna say shit, but no, I don't, no. Then people talk, right? I wasn't the only one that he did that to. There was other few ladies that he did that to. So I was just like, this motherfucker, you know? Cool guy, but he definitely took advantage of his rank, you know? And it made it very difficult for me because I was stressed out at work, and then I felt stressed out with this because here I have to deal with this person, and then I have to come home, and if I tell my husband, which was a khaki too, like, that's gonna be an issue.
Right.
So, you know, and it did cause issues at the end because I ended up telling him who it was, and he was so irate, you know, because the guy talked to my husband like nothing, you know. Going like women, like if they're gonna join the military, like I feel like somebody needs to sit them down and have a talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you can join the military as a woman, but you're gonna see some fucked up shit in there, you know, and you're gonna see some things that it's gonna fuck with your morals and stuff like that, and it can fuck you up in the end, you know. There was, I told you earlier, that sailor that came to me, you know, that she got sent away, the guy made rank. And he became like a LPO or some shit. What? You know, there was other women too. And I was like, and then that dude, one of them was a first class and made chief. I said, come on. Like, they need to, I think that the military needs to do a better job at that, you know. At not protecting women, but, you know, because that happens to a lot of gay people too. You know, I helped out a lot of gays too. But yeah, that's why I asked you, because you have a daughter. And if my daughters say they want to join, I'd have a fucking heart attack. Like, oh my God. I'd be supportive.
Yeah.
And I'd just be like, hey, just don't be a dumb bitch, you know, and you gotta pick, either be a slut or be a fucking bitch. So, no, that it's gonna be hard, you know? So, that's why I asked you that. The more you know. Like, hard. It always felt like an uphill battle for me, you know?
And I can see that. I mean, the uphill battle is huge for women in the military. I mean, because you're trying to prove something. At the end of the day, it really is. You're not a guy and you're in the military. You have to prove yourself.
You do. And even if you prove yourself, bro, if you're decent looking or you're pretty, guess what they're going to say? She slept with so-and-so.
Yep.
Right?
That's not a lie. That happens because you're like, how the hell did she make rank so fast? One, she's wicked smart. Or two, she was with somebody.
Yeah, she fucked the right guy.
And that was That was it.
Yeah.
If she didn't look good and she wasn't pretty, then she's just really smart.
Yeah.
That's what it is in the military.
Oh my God, it's true.
You know, so